Yo, what's poppin', y'all? This your boy Monster Motors, that Just Talk Real Talk, the place for real thoughts and real talk on Still Talking Real TV. You heard? I'm pretty sure y'all heard about Loose Cannon, BRICC Baby, Big U, and a few other rolling 60s. They done got a RICO indictment. You heard? And Big U was even a fugitive for a few hours before he turned himself in. But before he turned himself in, he did a live on Instagram or whatever he did, a video speaking about the situation. And I basically feel like he lied to the people. He tried to lie in the public, knowing in the back of his mind, knowing in the back of his crimes, he know what he got going on, but for the public, he tried to lie and also say things like, oh, you ain't black if you rocking with Whack 100 and 600, and 600 and Whack 100 did this to me, and oh, they doing this to me because I'm a black man and I'm trying to help out the community and all that. And mind you, he's saying all of this. He's hearing that it's a RICO indictment. He got to turn himself in. He didn't read no paperwork or nothing like that. It's detailed things going on with him and certain people and certain crimes. You feel me? Like, it's like details we're going to get into, right? We got Potique Flacco breaking down a lot. Mind you, Potique Flacco is not from the streets. This is not a street thing. This is a worldwide thing, a federal thing, a content thing, and we gotta listen in. I gotta give it to him because I wouldn't be able to collect all this content or even spend my time doing it. So I gotta give it to him. Maybe if I was making some money, you heard? But shout out to Potique Flacco for this content right here, you heard? Because he really breaking out a lot of stuff. And Big U got up there, sat there in the car, talking about, yeah, this is my last video, and yo, they doing this to me because I'm black, and you need to go lock up Whack and 600. And they putting me with people that I ain't been around in a long. Nigga, if you did a murder with somebody, if you sent somebody to rob somebody or do this or do that, they collecting all this information. And somebody asked why it took so long. They saying that this investigation started after that kid, this dude right here, Ray Sean, something like that, was executed in Vegas and all that. So think about this, 2021. It take about 3 years to do like a full investigation. So now it's 2025. Just think about it. It lines up with the time. So after that murder, 2021, yeah, they started investigating. Now they're investigating all type of robberies and press-ups and people y'all are extorting and all that. That's another thing. Extortion up all on the internet. Talking about check-in. No, that's extortion. And you're only doing it to black people. Get them off the streets. But let's get into this. These are details to what's going on with Big U, while Big U putting up videos like this, last video, straight lying. You heard? There's mad details in this, but let's get into this, man.
So the feds have been messing with them for a very long time, and they would even admit to such.
Look, outside of that, the feds picked you up 2 times, right? You said the feds have picked you up on numerous occasions, right?
What part? What time? Yeah. Okay, so look.
So
we're going to elaborate and we're going to respond to that. No. Because at the end of the day, it's like this, right?
The feds done picked him up numerous times. He hanging around with Big U. This is one of Big U foot soldiers. Let's keep it going.
Because when the same time they came and picked your ass up, right? They came and got Big Useless, right? And then, they wrote on me.
Yeah.
So you already know the answer.
I don't know that they wrote on you. I'm telling you. I'm saying
we dealing with the
2 separate times.
Okay,
I hear you.
Okay, wait, hold on.
You're talking.
No, look
to them.
Okay, so listen.
You can't just say you know.
Okay, no. So
Loose Cannon and BRICC Baby revealed last night.
Real quick, you see how them dudes is up there talking about something personal right now, like something that actually is going on in real life. Them dudes could be up there on a podcast and laughing and joking and trolling, but in real life, these dudes is going through something where they fighting. The feds is coming and locking them up and doing all type of ish behind the scenes, real stuff. So people got real life. Y'all gotta realize that yeah, they might be trolling and all that, but these dudes is into some other type of stuff, some gang clown stuff. Let's be real here, because look. Getting snapped, getting locked up. But they say Big U had a mafia-like thing going on. But look, they hot. They all up on phones and doing all type of crazy stuff. And they gonna start telling. Who gonna start telling first? You got Loose Cannon. He done went up on Adam 22 and freely told. This when he first came out, genuinely told. And Whack was coercing him. You feel me? So we already know he gonna tell. Let's keep it going. He don't fuck with Big U.
Loose Cannon, BRICC Baby, and Big U all had a run-in with the feds right around the exact same time. Now, BRICC Baby house was raided and an AK-47 was found. and BRICC Baby picked up a federal gun case at the time. Now, BRICC will say that the feds and the state police raided his home. However, the feds didn't really charge him. It's the state police who charged him, but it was a DA reject. But after they raided his crib, BRICC Baby would confide in his homie at the time called Christopher Lovejoy, aka 600. And he would tell 600 that he was notified that Big U was being investigated for a federal RICO. And he would tell 600 that the federal RICO was stemming from a hot one out of town. And by hot one, he means a murder that took place out of town.
600, that go back to you. He told you, the feds talked to him and told you what?
You understand? I'm with BRICC at this time. I was just saved to bring it back to the hood. He's telling me everything what's going on, so I know what's going on with the case and all everything else. So he's telling me, man, the feds be on all your videos, bro. They're like, man, Lovejoy gives us a tour of the hood every day.
He tells
me
me
they watch all your videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, huh? Why watch my videos? Like, whatever. But he's like, yeah, bro. They found the child. I'm like, okay. So I didn't really think nothing of it because, like I told you, my whole stance with him at that point was he never told before this. So I just assumed that he was in some hot grease and he had whatever he had coming from the legal system. So I never really followed up on till time started going by. Like, nigga, what's up with that case? They start going around it. You know
no, 600. Your first red flag was when he started telling you the feds was telling him about Big U.
Oh,
feds don't
so
just telling you about let you.
So that's what he told me. He like, bro, Big U on fire, bro. It's ugly for cuz. They want cuz in jail. They got a RICO on him. I'm like, yeah. He like, no, but you ain't got nothing to worry about. It's a Big U RICO, not a 6-0 RICO. Everybody who he been dealing with, they tied cuz to a hot one out the way. I'm like, ooh. He said, yeah, it's ugly. I'm like, damn.
That's the thing the family.
Hey, Flacco, you see what we be saying?
Whoa, who's that Flacco guy? I don't know who he is, bro.
It's definitely not you. It is you, but it's definitely not you. Like I said, Flacco was not from the streets. Let's keep it going.
Not this guy, bro. Not Flacco. Hey, bro, I don't know nothing. The hot one out of town, aka the murder out of town that they're referring to, is the 2021 murder of Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn Williams is the best friend of Big U's son. Rayshawn Williams lived with Big U at some point. Now, Rayshawn Williams was found dead in a ditch with multiple bullet wounds in Vegas in 2021. Late last week, Christopher Lovejoy, aka 600, would actually take to social media to reveal that the family of Rayshawn Williams told him that the police located Big U's DNA under Rayshawn Williams' fingernails.
Man, we got some.
This is another thing, real quick, before we even get into that. You had people saying, "Yo, y'all talking about the fingernails and blah 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 blah." Listen, that's information that's out there, and if somebody come out with information out there like that, that gotta be true. Niggas can't, bloggers can't just make up, oh, they found nigga DNA up under nigga fingernails and he get locked up from that. No, this information they got and they putting it out there, and then other people was taking it and talking about it. Why would somebody just make up something like that and then think the feds, and a lot of things, even when it comes to a real case and niggas breaking down something up here speculating, like the feds or whoever, the courts is not going to use your information. There might be some cops that take some ideas from you, but they cannot use you. You cannot say a blogger got the nigga locked up. But you can say the person himself got himself locked up by going on Vlad and telling this and telling that. But if somebody's up here just putting things together that they found on the internet, putting things together in stories or whatever, they're not the ones, just because they got a mind and they real thoughts and real talk. And I'm not saying me, because I'm not Petite Flacco. I didn't put this together. I don't got time like that in the mind like that. You heard? But listen, we reacting. This is a reaction channel as well. Let's keep it going.
The football player, you know, Big U's son's best friend played on the football team who was living with Big U was killed. And it was saying that Big U didn't show up to the funeral, never contacted the mother for any type of support, anything. Just blocked her and everything, right? It was just like, damn, bro, like you always say if you know anything about these gang murders, you give you the information. But when a football player's best friend of your son who was living with you turns up dead, you don't want nothing to do with nothing, right? So the news came out today, this morning. The mother said that Big U has been denying to give his DNA. So I had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on his son? Big U, Eugene Hill's DNA came back on her son's fingernails.
Whack 100.
Now, did Rayshawn, or rest in peace to this man, did he scratch Big U? Was it a little scuffle and Big U, pow, pow, pow? Did this happen in a car? Like, what happened? Did it happen outside? I don't know. But how did his DNA, like, you know what I'm saying? Did he get up close where he could scratch him? But anyway, that's the details I want to get into, because Big U got up there, sat up there, and acts so innocent. But when it comes to the young kid that was murdered, it's details specifically putting him there, not like Big U got him killed or Big U had his man. Big U was with this man in the studio somewhere. They left the studio. Big U returned back without the kid, sweating bullets and all type of stuff. They call him draws. We don't know what else he did to that man. Pause. Let's keep it real. What they calling them draws for? That's some real California jail Alcatraz Whatever the jail, you know the jails out there, them niggas be uffing niggas and all that. You feel me? Fleece Johnson style. But we gonna get into the details of that murder because I just want y'all to realize that when Big U put that video up, this is Still Talking Real TV, Just Talk Real Talk, he was straight lying. So when you go back and you hear this, go back and look at that and go watch Petite Flacco video. Go back and watch that video and just look at a nigga just straight lie to the people, to the community, to the black people. Try to say you ain't black for listening to this. If you listen to this stuff that's going on with me, you ain't black. And they coming at me, you know how the feds do when somebody's black and they doing what they got. No, the feds coming at you because you doing criminal activities, nigga.
To the murder of Rayshawn Williams and exactly why they're tying Big U to the murder of Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn was signed to Big U's record label Unique Music. So on January 20th, 2021, Big U sent Rayshawn Williams to Vegas to record music in a Grammy-nominated studio. He got an Airbnb for Rayshawn Williams and he paid for the studio time for a week. Rayshawn Williams was to record a bunch of music, and afterwards Big U would choose which music he can get behind according to the affidavit. But according to the documents, when Rayshawn Williams got to Vegas, he really wasn't taking advantage of being able to record in a Grammy-nominated studio. He will record one day, take the next day off, they won't see him the following day, he come back, and then they don't see him again. So the Grammy-nominated studio, right, one of the employees...
Think about that. You send a nigga to Vegas. First of all, this is your man's pops. This is Big U, son, best friend. It's your man, Pops. You rapping in the room one day. He said, oh, you rap that? Let me sign you to my label. You got some skills or whatever. I'm going to send you to Vegas to do some music in a studio, like a expensive studio and all that. And you out there in Vegas with the couple thousands that he sent you out there. You buying prostitutes. Let's keep it going.
Just contacted Big U and they let Big U know, hey, bruh, you paying for studio time, but homie ain't really coming to record like that. Big U, being really annoyed according to the court documents, hopped in his vehicle with one of his right-hand mans who goes by Robinson. So Big U and Robinson hopped in the car and they drove to Vegas. Big U popped up at...
Listen to the details. They got him hopping in the car with Robinson. Robinson must have had his phone on him. Big U must have had his phone on him. This is how they be knowing things. You can't get away with nothing nowadays, man. This is crazy. That man would get up there lying, knowing that it had been an investigation on him since 2021. You talking about, yo, this is coming from the internet and Whack 100 and all this stuff like that. Come on, stop, like, man, just talk real talk, man.
At Rayshawn Williams' Airbnb at about 2 a.m. on January 24th. When confronted by Big U for being lazy and not recording, Rayshawn Williams would tell Big U that he didn't go to the studio a couple of days because he didn't have a ride to the studio. It's unclear exactly how that discussion went, but it couldn't have went too bad because Big U would still schedule a studio.
You ain't have a ride to the studio, but them prostitutes had a ride to the Airbnb. Let's be real.
Session for 7 p.m. that day, and Rayshawn Williams would join Big U at the studio a couple hours later. Around
you thinking like this too? That's my pops. That's my man's pops and all that. He looking at me like I'm his little man. So I go out there and I mess up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't do what I'm supposed to do. He ain't gonna execute me. You feel me? Or maybe in that car, whatever, he start talking big money talk or just talking that big nigga talk. Like, nigga, I ain't crip. I ain't under you. I ain't rolling 60. Nigga, what? Nigga, I'm the reason you out here in Vegas. Clah, you heard? Put 4 in the nigga, 2 in the nigga. Let's keep it real. Rest in peace to that young man.
9-ish p.m. So Rayshawn Williams and Big U went to the studio, according to the documents, and they recorded records and heard the other records that Rayshawn Williams had recorded, and they left the studio around 12:30 a.m. Officials believe that Big U turned off his phone shortly after leaving the studio with Rayshawn Williams because Big U's phone stopped reporting data shortly after 12:30 a.m.
Nigga thought he was smart. Nigga thought he was smart. This is what I'm saying. Like, niggas is dumb, son. Like, you wasn't supposed to take your phone at all. Leave your phone. And if you was gonna be on that type of time, you're stupid though. Maybe it wasn't that type of time when he got there. So he got there and son was talking. I'm just speculation. Why would he just kill him and execute somebody? Speculation. Maybe he started talking that rah-rah. He like, oh, word. Turn his phone off. Let's go take a ride. Think about that.
But officials will say they know that Big U drove the vehicle with Rayshawn Williams in it back to the Airbnb because around 1:13 a.m. they arrived at the Airbnb according to the surveillance footage, and Rayshawn Williams got out of the vehicle and went inside and grabbed all of his belongings. Despite
stupid, right? Big U turns his phone off, but Rayshawn don't turn his phone off. He don't tell Rayshawn to turn his phone off. So now you riding with somebody. The cops still got location of what's going on, dummy, and they got you leaving with them on camera.
the fact that Rayshawn Williams' flight wasn't scheduled until the following day, and the Airbnb checkout wasn't scheduled until the following day. So Rayshawn Williams grabbing all of his belongings from out the house was kind of suspicious according to officials, but he grabbed all of his belongings and got back into the vehicle with Big U according to the officials. Per the Airbnb footage, Rayshawn Williams and Big U would drive off together. Big U's phone wouldn't come back on or start pinging information until about 2:15 a.m. A witness at the studio would say that Big U returned back to the studio without Rayshawn Williams at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, the witness will say that Big U was drenched in sweat, and when they asked Big U what he was doing, he said that he just left the gym. About 6 hours later, Rayshawn Williams' body was found in...
Hold on. You leave with a nigga from the studio, right? 1 something in the morning, right? Then you come back without the nigga. You're supposed to come back with the nigga. You come back without the nigga and you're sweating bullets. I would think some pause shit for a minute. But, like, that's weird. You were in the gym at this time. We thought you was with Rayshawn. What happened with Rayshawn? You dropped him off. You went to, like, lying. Listen, man. This is crazy. Go back and watch that video and listen to all the lies. Just listen to a lie and what they tell you, man. You lie, you cheat, you steal. Nigga, you steal, you rob. Nigga, you rob, you would kill. Which is what brings us to here. You heard?
In a ditch near North Vegas at about 9 a.m. in the morning. Now, police believe, or they determined his death was a manner of a homicide. Investigators believe that between 1:13 a.m. and 2:15 a.m., Big U and Rayshawn Williams drove away from the Airbnb. Big U drove Rayshawn Williams to North Vegas, shot and killed Rayshawn.
Mind you, my fault, I didn't mean to cut him off, but look, they're not even mentioning Robinson, who Big U initially went to the joint with. It's Big U and Rayshawn together. That's it. It's like him specifically. You get what I'm saying? So this nigga know what's going on in his mind, know he been getting investigated, but want to get up there and tell the public and act like, oh, this just happened. You got these dudes running their mouth. They doing this because I'm black. Like, come on, man.
Rayshawn Williams and dumped his body in a ditch and then drove back to the studio drenched in sweat. Investigators will say, according to witness testimony, that Big U and Rayshawn Williams had an altercation at the studio before they ultimately left together. And the altercation stemmed from Big U discovering that while Rayshawn Williams was in Vegas, one of the songs that he recorded at that studio was a record that could be interpreted as a Big U diss track. According to officials, a witness account of the altercation, but they don't have the footage of the altercation because shortly after Rayshawn's body was found, Big U instructed the studio to delete or remove all equipment that was in the studio the night that the altercation took place, as well as delete all the surveillance footage. So they don't have the footage.
You did all of this stuff, even with the delete the footage, and you get up there and act like you don't know nothing about what's going on. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not talking about the other stuff where they robbing the weed spot and all the stuff like that. And he having the 60s. This is why I said Black Shan, wow, and the nigga Big U could have the 60s pull up and put some damage on his new spot. Cause this nigga is powerful. I ain't gonna lie. He might look like a cool, genuine old guy, but this nigga is ruthless. This is what the story they saying. Like, come on, let's be real here. This nigga up there lying, knowing you did all this stuff, and then you even told him news to get rid of the footage and all that, and you get up here, I don't know what's going on, man. These people whack 106.
Of the actual altercation, but they have a first-hand account of it, and that's why they're charging Big U with the murder of Rayshawn Williams.
Answer questions when he was down there. They asked him when the last time you saw this person or this person, that person, and he told them, oh, 6 months, a year. Nigga, it's not believable that a human being went that long without watching it.
Look, he even lied. Last time I seen him was 6 months, a year. You knew, listen, allegedly, you know what you did to that man. When the investigation come about, oh, I ain't seen him in 6. You just seen that man 2 months ago when he scratched you when you shot him. But you can't expect nobody to confess to certain things. But for the nigga to lie, get up there and lie to the people and say, whoever listen to this stuff that's going on, you're not black. And they doing this to me because I'm a black man. No, they doing this to you because you're doing crime, homie. And this is where I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to get more into this because there's more stuff that came out with details. Shout out to Potique Flacco. You feel me? More stuff with details where this man just get up there and just try to jump in front of something, but don't even know the details to what they got on you. They got phone conversations. We talking about homework, not homework. Homework. We talking about he prostituting and all that, selling prostitutes. We talking about drugs. We talking about guns. We got loose cannon, loose lips. He was already speaking about certain things on the internet. That sound crazy. The Meek Mill, them niggas extorting Meek Mill. Them niggas speak about extortion. Laugh about checking in and all that. Laugh about Nipsey Hussle.
Justice for them.
People been talking about that one right there too, right? But I feel like that one, even if he sent that hit, it's already done. Where Eric Holden will confess, claim to be insane and all type of stuff like that. So that's already done. Even if Big U sent that, even if Eric Holden may say, you know what, Big U sent me to do that too. I think it's over for that one, so nobody can't put that together. But listen, that's crazy too, because it's like a Nipsey Hussle situation. They had fights, all type of stuff. Niggas took studio equipment, Big U, Big Sam, Black Sam busting off the hammer and all type of stuff like that. All right, you playing with the big homie. You playing with Big U. You heard? But listen, man, I want y'all to comment down below and tell me what y'all think, man. It's your boy Monster Mo. This that Just Talk Real Talk, the place for real thoughts and real talk. You dig? We don't like liars over here. We don't play that lie stuff. Don't get caught slipping and stay off that social media.
Yo, you know I never wore those, but feel like I'm putting on those 40 B-lows. It's a war, yo. Shit you wear when the winter come and it's cold. Got the juice and it's really coming from the soul. Rockin' red, yelling bees up was one of those. Monster Mo will make you bleed from your fucking nose. My creepy, fuck with me, show me some of his codes. Man, fuck that game talk, I'll get some of them hoes. I gotta motivate, I cannot stay up in the same place. I can't just follow everything some game say. I feel like in my time back in the day wasn't no play. It always was a robbery on payday. I carry guns or a knife. The bitches had mace spray, and why don't do no drive-bys with an AK? Whoever pop the shit don't hate on me, I just say they gay. Never say that shit up in my face, okay? The fuck out of here.